Yellow. Ooh, that's very loud. I wasn't expecting my microphone to be so loud. We're gonna wait a couple minutes, oh, not a couple minutes, but a few seconds, just so I know everything is up and running, and then we're gonna get started. So hold on just for, let's say 20 seconds. Have a countdown. All right. All right, easy. So we're up and running, boys and girls, and everything in between. uh, Men and women and there's stuff out there. I haven't been keeping up with the news, but everybody's welcome here. So welcome if you're here. My name is Vishal, and this is my second live stream. If you haven't seen my previous one, please go see it. In the previous one, I loaded up Ableton, and we just composed a piece of music together. Not Ableton, Logic with Albion. And today we're going to be doing basically the same thing. You know what? We're going to try and make this into a habit. So what we're going to do is I've loaded up Albion in my Logic session, and I brought out my guitar today. And what we're going to attempt to do, is to compose a piece of music using Albion and also my guitar. I really have no idea what's going to happen. If you were here yesterday, or if you've seen the last live stream, I mentioned that I hate seeing a blank screen. Like, this is, well, you're not seeing my screen, are you? All right. So anyway, this is my screen. As you can see, it's empty, and I hate seeing the empty screen because every time I get to this phase, I really doubt if I'll ever have another piece of music written ever again. But funnily enough, every single time that I go through this process, eventually there's something that comes out. It's not always good. I mean, it's very rarely good, but sometimes it comes out. So I'm not going to bore you too much. Or maybe I will, you know what? But let's get started. So the only non-Albion thing today is going to be this piano, which you are not hearing. Here we go. And this is the 1928 8DO piano. This is free. Go get it, boys and girls. And just my guitar. Now, the starting phase will most likely be slow. Let's see. I need to come up with an idea. Last time I just picked a random key, so we're gonna follow the same process. Random note. E flat. Okay, so we have two options now. We're not gonna go modal. We're gonna go E flat major, which actually I write in quite a lot. Or we can do E flat minor. And since I very rarely write in this key, I should do that. And I guess in most cases, you would call that D sharp minor, not E flat major. Well, the one thing that's cool about this key, E flat minor or D sharp minor, is that the black keys are all go, so we can do some pentatonic licks. All right, let's see where we go with this. Ideas, come to me. Come to me, ideas. Oh, I just got a notification. It was loud. Here we go. Ideas. I'm waiting for an idea. Does anybody have a suggestion for an idea? No? All right. Wait, I did a minor key yesterday, didn't I? Maybe we should do a major key today. Yeah, all right. You know what? We're sticking with E flat minor, and we're gonna try to come up with some musical idea. I think it would help to, I don't know the kind of emotional landscape we were going for. Let's try something sad. We're in minor, so let's try something sad. It's not very new. It's a very common chord progression. I mean, it's kind of new. Like, what am I doing here? I could think about this as like a F minor 755. Oh, it's new for me. You know what? You know what we should do? Since I made this out to be a guitar and Albion kind of thing, let's record some guitar and maybe we can do that like with the guitar. Or not like riff. Let me grab a pick. Excuse me. All right, I'm back. Yeah, that was in D sharp minor or E flat minor, depending on your mood. Let's have a look. So for a guitar, I always just use Guitar Rig, mostly because it's the only third-party application that I have for guitar amp sims and stuff. Now, this wasn't really, I guess, intentional. I got Complete like 10 years ago, and ever since then I've just been using it. Alright, so we need a clean sound. And, ambient. Let's try ambient. And we're just going to see what happens here. Now, unfortunately, I do want to let you guys know that it's going to be in mono, my DAW, so we won't get the full effect of any stereo sounds, but I'll upload a stereo version. Here we go. Now, what was it? D sharp minor. And then we're going. And what did I do? What was it? Dun 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 dun. So everything kind of moves up on A. Here we go. That doesn't sound right. Dun, dun, dun. I need a good shape. And then what are the notes? Dum. And then it goes to. Alright, I need to play the piano part again. So that goes up by. Okay, so the top two notes go up by a whole step. I'm gonna need to find a different voicing because that's quite hard to play. Right. Maybe I can do this. That's nice. Oh my god. Wait, what was the bloody voicing? What was the voicing? A flat, A flat, A flat, A flat, B, A flat. What's the voicing? And then we can go to Alright, so I'm going to cheat and I'm going to record each chord at a time because I'm lazy. And let's just record it, eh? Boom. What's the tempo? Any guesses? 1, dun, 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 2, 3, 4, and 1. Oh, we might be close. Oh, that's way off. It's not a good day. Dun, 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 dun. No. That was like many BPM off. Dun, dun, dee, dee, dee. All right, so that's it. We're gonna record our chord, and we're gonna hope for the best. Eh? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, second chord is this weird shape, so I keep messing it up. 2, 3. All right, let's have a listen. All right, so we can go a bit Bach on this. Not Bach, but something, air and pieces like that from the Baroque period, where they had this, underlying pattern, but it was very emotional. So I'm just gonna try improvising some things until I find some kind of melody lines I like. Now I have to remember what key I'm in. D sharp minor. All right, let's have a listen. Waiting for an idea to hit me. Alright, that delay's bugging me. We need to really... let's find a different sound, actually. I like the ambient sounds, but when something's just a little too ambient, so we're just gonna, make it a little less ambient. I just want to know where is the mix knob. I can't find the mix knob. Here we go. That sounds better. So something really simple. I think that's a good start. So what we'll do, we're just gonna start fleshing this out a tad bit. So it'll start off with the guitars. So what I'm thinking about is, in this section, it's going to be predominantly, it's going to be mostly just that guitar accompaniment. But about here, around bar 5 to this part, it's going to have maybe some string crescendos of various chords, some texture sounds like shee. And then here, bar 10, we're going to introduce the melody. Ba, 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 something like that. We're gonna practice that. Let's give it a go. Alright, and then I want to repeat that exactly, because there's no way I would have actually remembered what I played there. So that seemed like the vibe I was going for. So I'm going to put the guitar down for now. And now I want to flesh out that intro. We'll get back to the main melody line later. Alright, CEO. Alright. Let's have a listen. It might be cool to have like an organ sustained sound in the back. And then with those string swells coming in and out. I like that. That's nice. I need to remember that. Alright, cool. Let's start working on those strings. Should we start with the string swells? Or we need like sustains? So I'm thinking we could find a pad sound in Albion. And eventually we add those string crescendos. Now, I've talked about these string crescendos so much now. And I'm like, oh, what if it ends up sounding terrible? But, you know, that's how it works. Alright, so supposedly it's here. Now we have these pads. And we just want something to sustain and just to evolve a little bit. So it's not entirely simple, but the interest comes from how the sound evolves, because we don't want it too busy at the beginning, obviously. We want that guitar sound to be there, but we want the background behind it to be a little more interesting than it otherwise would be. Now, I don't know why, but these sounds in particular, the steam pads, or the steam sounds, not the orchestral sounds, the steam sounds, they take a while to load. And you know, maybe it's because the sample size is 4.3 gigabytes, or there's something else wrong. But they take quite a long time. But this isn't, I'm not blaming Spitfire. I'm on a 10-year-old machine, and on an SSD, on external SSDs that's also similarly aged. Alright, here we go. Let's test out the sound. Yeah, I like this. This is the kind of organ sound I was looking for. I like the choppiness. Yeah, there's some texture to it. Alright, I'm happy with that. At the beginning, I mean the first time around, I might just have that E flat in the bass. Or D sharp. I should choose one. And then when the riff repeats, I can add the top part. Alright, let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough. And then let's get to, I'm going to go just right pad. Now in the background, I said I wanted those string crescendos. I might like them to be just tremolos. Or something a little more interesting. Chords, what are they? Here we go. No. Or maybe just with mutes. Is that what I want? I'm just gonna play through and just see where my mind goes. So I want something there. I'm not sure why I'm hearing that. You know what? I'm sticking with E flat minor, okay? Like it or not, it's E flat minor. I'm never gonna say D sharp minor ever again. So that's an interesting chord choice here. But it's a if, because the second chord is actually if minus 7 flat 5. But if you add in that B flat, you get something interesting. You get the 11 of that chord, and for some reason, the sound I'm hearing in my head, that's what it has in it. So I might double with that F. Or do I want both those? Do I want all of that? Or just... Alright, I'm just gonna stick with the B flat there. Alright, now let's... Alright, actually I want that decrescendo there too. 1, 2... Alright, so it starts on the beat 2. Entirely sold with that. Start here. Something really like a cluster, that's what I'm hearing there. And since that's still the E flat minor, so with the 9. So that cluster there. Something like that. So I'm not really, the thing with this kind of stuff is I don't really have an immediate sound in my head for what it might eventually be. It's just I listen and wait for something to come to me. Alright, that's cool, but I don't want it to bubble up as much as it did. I like that. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm committing so many. Okay, here we go. So that's cool, but I want to like, and then decrescendo immediately. Or not immediately, but just not bubble up as much as it did. So we could do something like that. That's cool. All right. Now I am tempted. I mean, that sound could have easily been low woodwind, because yesterday I was listening to some sounds. Actually, it wasn't here. It was in the contact patches. If you go down into, what was it called? If you go to, what was it? I think it was in the Steam band, but it was in the hybrid orchestra. And then you go down to something woodwinds, like a wave of woodwind or something. And it was really cool. I think this is it. That's cool, but it's a little too intense. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so I might be able to replace that second string thing that I came up with, that cluster, with this sound. Yeah, let's give it a go. 1, 2. Want to sustain a bit more. Let's try. 1, 2. That's cool, and I can imagine if once this is in stereo, when I finish, the sound will go something like that. Now I need some kind of glue that stays, and we can latch onto it, and things evolve and change over it. I mean, it could be the guitar, but for some reason I'm not feeling it. I might double it up with some piano. Let's double it up and see what happens. 3, 4. Yeah, maybe just that top note. Maybe, and then maybe just the bass as well. Yeah, let's try that. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that woodwind thing, I need it to be quieter. But I like it. I like where this is going. It just needs a little bit of finesse there. I'm going to stick with the piano, and I think that adds something really nice to it. The guitar, it might be a little too ambient, so what I can do is I can go into the settings and just reduce, some of the craziness. Oh, look at that, man. There's so much stuff happening. Oh my gosh. But just the delays, I think the delays are the thing that's really the main killer here. Alright, let's have a listen to that. That's nice, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Alright, that'll do. Something that would be really cool is I want to add a little bit more chorus to this, because there's already chorus in here if you have a look at the setting. I like What's guitar trim? That's cool. I like that more. I like that more. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some verb just to push it back a little bit. It's a little too in my face at the moment. Just make it somewhere distant. Alright, here we go. And this E flat at the beginning, the bass, it's a little too loud, isn't it? It should be like subtle, like boom, like a booming sound. Oh, no, what did I do? Here we go. Let me find my sounds. Alright, there we go. Let's have a listen. Yeah, that's cool. You know what would happen if I muted the guitars here and just let the piano take over? Alright, and we'll add that and see what happens. 2, 3. Alright, I overcomplicated it. Let's just loop the first part. Alright, and then what we can do is we can make our lives easy and we can play the main melody with the strings. Or with the woodwinds. Woodwinds would be nice. But I need to figure out the rhythm because I played this. That's upbeat. That's cool. And the one thing I find with the woodwinds in here is I like a little bit more definition. Not always, but in this particular case. So I'm going to try the close mic, see if I like it better. And I could possibly add the outriggers to that. Let's give that a go. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we'll give it a go. 2. I feel as though I might need to change it up because the melody's repeated itself as it is 4 times if I stick with the structure that I'm going with here. But I feel as though I want something a tad bit different. And I don't think that changing the orchestration alone is going to do it. This is cool. I like it so far. Alright, now I need something se. No, I'm not happy with the melody repeating as it is. And I'm also considering changing the harmony as well. Let me just figure out what the melody is going to be. And then it repeats. Where does it go from here? Alright, we could resolve that minor 7 flat 5 like we would expect to the 5 minor, because we're going 2-5 here. But we need, what does the melody do? That's really important, and it's not something that you can brush, really, is it? I mean, unless you get really lucky. So we're gonna have to focus on this a tad wee bit. There's a lot of space here, so we can fill it out later. Maybe? I don't know. No, I don't like that. All right. Well, all right. So that's decided. We're gonna go. What's my main riff? Dum 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 dum. So my harmony left off at this. All right, and now I'm thinking about going to the 5. So I might go. Da dee da da la da 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 la all right. So we repeat that twice, but with slightly different harmony. All right, I'm just gonna record this in. Forgive me if I make any errors. Now, do I want this? I might do it with high strings legato, just for the melody here. We're gonna pretend that's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cool. So the last bar I'm not entirely sure about, but everything before the first three bars are cool. Yeah, I think I just want straight quarter notes down. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Maybe that. Da, 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 and then it repeats. The harmony there, though, because we've changed things up a bit. Here we go. Let me have a read of this. Da, 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 and da, 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 da. No, we want 5 there. Alright, we're going to go with that. That is absolutely brilliant. I am not going to doubt my genius now. Here we go. Ba, ba, bee. How low was I before? It's down here. Dun, 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 dun. And the last chord was here. So next I want to do... Da, dee, do, 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 da, da, da. The piano is throwing me off. Alright, I'm just double checking my harmony. So it goes, it goes B flat minor, da dee da, G flat minor, no, A flat minor, da 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 da. Alright, let's do that. 2, 3, da. Repeats. Alright, piano, I want to keep the same thing going. So it's it was, where was it? It was there before. Now I'm going here. Wait, what was it? I've got parallel octaves here for those of people who care, but I don't care right now. It sounds fine. Alright, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wasn't meant to change that bass note. I'm gonna keep it at that F as like a little pedal. And in the second time around, I might make the cadence a little bit more, a little bit stronger, because, well, it'll be resolving to the one chord there anyway, so it's not really a big deal. A little bit stronger. The second time around, we can go to that the D natural in the bass, just so the resolution feels a tad bit stronger. But then I have to change the top part of this, don't I? Here we go. And I might do there. Dun, 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 dun. I might take that down to the A flat. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we have here. Alright, obviously that bass note's too loud, isn't it? Alright, there's something not quite right about that. There doesn't seem to be enough momentum forward, and I think the way we can resolve that is through voice leading, but I don't want to get lost in the nitty-gritty just yet. Alright, let's head back. Da, da, da. Do you guys think this is a little too empty? I think sometimes it's nice to have something sparse. Alright, and a quick orchestration trick is just to overlap things a little bit. Well, it's called dovetailing, at least I'm pretty sure it is. So we're just going to dovetail, we're just going to dovetail the guitar into the strings. And then additionally, what we can do here is that we lose something here orchestration wise, so it might be helpful to double something up. So here it might be a good idea to have some sustained notes in perhaps the woodwind, just so something's taking over the guitar's role and filling out the harmony a little bit. Otherwise it feels like we have something and then we have something a little bit less, and generally when you're composing you want something a little less going to something a little more, right? So let's try to find something that satisfies us, and I'm just gonna do it in closed harmony here. So that's the highest note we have. I don't mind. I want it to be somewhat low. But here's the deal. We already got the strings preoccupying this kind of area, so it might help to have the woodwind doing something a little bit higher, maybe here. La di di do da. La di di do da. Alright, the voice leading is a bit shoddy, but for now we're just gonna think that that's great. We'll refine it later. Cool. That's as good as we're going to get it for now. Now, I am not a fan of just that violin hanging around by itself. We need something there just to add a little bit of a flavor to it. I'm thinking we could do some brass. Doo-dee. You guys think that's a good idea? Probably. Alright, how about this? All right. I'm gonna change the doubling each time to with each phrase. 4. And then here, da dee dee dum. I might make it. What do I want to make it here? La dee dee dum. I mean, I've run out of instruments, haven't I? I could do da dee da dee da da da. We could do low wood ones, yeah. 1. I'm thinking about doubling, adding maybe a third or a sixth underneath. All right. Let's have a listen just to get an idea. I'm not sure if it's gonna be all right, but we're just gonna have a listen and see what we need to do. Oh, hello, Tom. I don't know if you're still here. I'm sorry I missed it. You weren't on the screen. I still have to maneuver a little bit, but hi. It's nice to see somebody here. All right, first of all, I'm noticing that there's this stark contrast here between... Oh, so I see what I did. When I did the dovetailing, I did it to the wrong thing, so it was already out. So what I wanted to dovetail this, not the melodic guitar. So I need to... Oh, what have I done here? I'm going to chop things up just so I can edit it properly. I'm going to get rid of you, and then I'm going to dovetail this because I wanted to kind of fade out and have the strings take over. Here we go. Let's have a listen. Right, now there's that smooth transition, isn't there? All right, I'm liking this so far. All right. So I'm happy with this so far. I don't mind that. I don't mind that jump. I don't like the woodwinds at that point. I like the woodwinds here in the first 2 bars of the new section. All right, and then what I can do is perhaps get rid of the woodwind in that part, and then maybe substitute it for some guitar or something. I just don't like that. Here we go. Get rid of that. And we can perhaps move that sound into the brass, because then remember the melody is being taken over by the woodwind here, so we can let the brass do some of the harmonic work. Here we go. We want some mid longs, because I don't particularly like the high longs in the brass anyway. This might be too high, so we might need to put this down the octave, so let's have a listen. All right, we need this on time. I don't like the fact that it's very out of time. I'm going to get rid of the sustain pedal here, because as a pianist, it becomes a crutch, doesn't it? But if you want things to progress nicely, your voice leading anyway, it makes sense to, you know, just overlap notes instead, like so, rather than just using pedal to kind of smudge things over. And it might even be cool to do that instead. So let's have a listen. All right, that's a very smooth transition, and I want the... Okay, it's already doing that with the modulation. Let's have a listen of this section. and then the orchestration can build still on the second repeat of that, because I think that's cool, and then it goes back to dum 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 dum. But maybe I'll add an element to our original melody. I think if I had better woodwind samples, I would do that with woodwinds, maybe in thirds. That would be really cool, but I don't right now, unfortunately. Here we go. What was I gonna do? I've completely forgotten. All right, here's the melody. All right, I'm liking this so far. All right, now I'm gonna do the harmony just in the brass here, because I think that'll be really cool. Let me have a listen to it first. That's too high. I'm gonna quantize everything. All right, the phrasing here. Listen to the phrasing and how wrong it sounds. And then, what the hell is happening there? See, that's just noob writing there. So, the problem with that is it doesn't feel very natural in the way it flows. So, dum dum do right? It just feels wrong. So, let's play that in again with just maybe different phrasing. That's cool. And that's a phrase. It's not just a random clump of notes, is it? 1, 2. And then we can do yeah, that's cool. 1, 2. So we're thinking in phrases. All right, I don't want that to start on 1 actually. I want it to start on 2, 3, 4. Cool, and then that takes us back to our original section. Now I'm just gonna copy and paste our original harmony from that section. So we'll take the pizzicato strings and we're gonna double it, and then we'll also have the guitars. This time, yeah, we'll have the guitars and the pizzicato strings all at once. So we're really building our harmony here, or yeah, we're building our structure. So it's continually developing in some kind of way. In many ways, this kind of feels a little boring. Yeah, that's it. And then the brass is going to dovetail into low woodwinds, because I like that idea. So it was this. But obviously the beat down here. So there's going to be a bit of a crescendo, 2-bar crescendo, and then a 2-bar decrescendo. Now, we have to think about how long the woodwinds are actually sustaining that, and if it's possible. And let's see. We'll have to play it to find out. 3, 4. Right, we can have a little rest there. I think a lot of the time we don't have enough rest. because I want two beats of rest here. And that just creates that bit of space there, doesn't it? All right, and here I'm thinking we need to double the bass a little bit, just so we have that, you know, we're filling out the spectrum as we develop. All right, we'll do. Right, it's just that E flat. And that's fine. We're not going to go super low. We might do that sometime later when we decide to end, or when we're at the climax of the piece. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's building. And we're going to take that break. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I would hope so. Alright, so we got something happening, and I really still want to add something that's a little more interesting in this section. But before we do that, I think it'd be wise if we flesh out the melody here, because I haven't actually done that. So let's have a listen. So we're going to do this part, bar 22. Tempted to do it in thirds. Alright, it's already in the brass because I inadvertently play the melody. What can I do? I want it to be, so we can do. That's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da da dee da. And then we can let the strings handle this. Right. And then we can let that be relatively loud, because it's interesting for it to be relatively loud, because we're building to something. And we can have this in thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then we resolve that D. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like keeping that E flat there. It adds this nice pedal point to it, and it fills out that spectrum and adds a little bit of lushness. Yeah, we're gonna keep that there because that's just beautiful. All right, I have a suspicion that I'll be interrupted very soon, so I might have to switcheroo. But for now, we can just do as we do. All right, so da da dee da da. I said I wanted to do something here. All right, so I wanted to do something in this part. We go to side by side. So here we are. I was kind of in trouble, but not really. So we want to double or add a third for da 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 dee dee. But I'm not quite sure where we would go to do that, because we could do. Where could we go? I mean, we could do the same sound and pretend we did the busy. So we. Da, 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 da. That's it. 1, 2. There we go. Alright, and I'm remembering where the harmony's leading. So oh my gosh. Why isn't that playing? Oh, that was the last note. Alright, see, I should have been paying more attention to my composing rather than lecturing. Here we go. good so far. We should do some lows, some longs. Something there. 1, 2. Alright, I don't like how loud that... See, that sound wasn't working there, was it? Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it's fine. We can pretend that doesn't exist. There we go. All right, and now that we've kind of worked our way from the beginning, oh my gosh, I've been saying this as my template. Oh damn. All right, now that we've worked our way from here all the way to here, we need to figure out how we want to end this thing. I don't know how long this is. All right, it's a minute 47. That's a decent time for a queue. All right, now let me double check that everything is good. I like that. I like that. Alright, something to transition. Normally it would be like woodwinds, but Albion doesn't have woodwinds, but you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna find a woodwind patch and you guys are gonna love it because I'm super duper awesome. Everything is awesome. Alright, here we go. My main library for like so many years has been, as I'm not a professional, my main library has been our East West Symphonic Orchestra Gold. So that's like basically Albion, but many years ago by East West, and it has decent sounds for the money. It still sounds you could use today. Now I have a feeling like this is about to crash. Now I have told you before, this is a 10-year-old machine. And it wasn't like a super high-end machine. I mean, it was like the second most powerful MacBook Pro 10 years ago. So it has a 2 gigahertz quad-core i7 from which is like 4 years. How many years old did I say? 10 years old. Now, if this crashes, I just want you to know that I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, and I am disappointed with you. And I really wanted to finish this piece with you all. But what I'll do if this crashes is I'm going to quickly finish this off. Now, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to do a little fade out at the end and maybe double up on the guitar melody in the climax. Once, and then I'm just going to bounce it, and you can have a listen to the finished thing in stereo in the comment section, because I'm definitely feeling like it's going to crash, and I'm going to need to force quit anyway. So, I don't know, what should I do? This should be expected. I mean, as I said, it's a very old machine, and, I'm asking it to do a lot. Give it a sec. Okay, how about this? If this doesn't work in a couple minutes, then I need to force quit. All right. So as you can see, it's very much frozen. I suppose you can have a look at me. So hi. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad that we were able to compose stuff together. I explained in the previous live stream that the main reason I'm doing this is so I can be a little less judgmental when I personally write. I can be a bit of a perfectionist and be obsessive, and that makes it so it's hard to write a single bar of music because I keep overthinking it. But So this live stream is supposed to help me just right because I know people will be watching and they'll be getting bored if I'm, just obsessively going through sounds and auditioning sounds and working on MIDI tracks and like constantly trying to think of better melodies, better harmonies. Anywho, so I thank you for being here and helping me do that because you know what? I managed to do something, and as scary as the blank screen was in the beginning, I had managed to write something, and I'm proud of myself for that. It's very difficult for me to write sometimes because of my perfectionistic nature. Uh, it's my screen is still absolutely frozen, so I will force quit, and I'll restart and spend maybe like 5 or 6 minutes just like quickly doing the ending, and I will post it in the comment section below. So please do have a listen to it. It'll be in stereo and it'll be nice, and it might give you some what's that movie Godfather vibes. I mean, I wanted to add more instruments because it would add more character to it. An accordion, a mandolin, stuff like this, maybe flutes and stuff. But I think this is fine, and you get to hear Albion and what it sounds like. And you know what? It sounded pretty good. Anywho, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you later in the next live stream. Subscribe, because I'm going to be doing these live streams all the time, because it's for me and it's for you, but mostly it's for me, and I'm glad you might be getting something out of it. Anywho, peace.